What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are back in the garage working on the WRX chassis. Today we picked up some dry ice and we are going to work on busting out the sound deadening in this interior. So all this stuff in here, guys, this weird like kind of rubbery looking stuff is what we are going for. So we have all the sound deadening in the front area here, this piece that goes over the trans tunnel, back seat there, as well as all of this stuff in the trunk area and where the spare tire lives. So inside our cooler here, we picked up some blocks of dry ice from a little local supplier. We probably got a little too much. It's about 28 pounds. They charge like $1 something per pound, so really wasn't too bad. I'd rather have more than enough to be able to just get this job done in one push. We're gonna break this up into smaller chunks and try to spread it out throughout the floor pan in there and see how easy it is to break that stuff out. I've seen several other YouTube videos of people doing this. They do make it look pretty easy, but sometimes YouTube videos can be a little deceiving with the power of editing and whatnot. And so we'll see how it goes. We might need to leave it on there longer than I anticipate to let it really cool down. I'll try to do my best to give you guys as much detail as possible. So in case you want to do this on your own car restoration, you'll know exactly what you're getting yourself into. With that said, I think it's also important to mention that you should wear the proper PPE when using this stuff. This stuff can really burn you badly. So you want to wear like good gloves. I'll probably be wearing like my welding gloves when I'm handling the stuff. We probably won't really have to touch it too much anyways, but you just really want to be careful. Don't let it touch your skin. I'm sure this is probably pretty obvious to a lot of you guys that know about dry ice. I just didn't want to not mention it here because the videos that I've watched, no one really talks about this stuff. The other thing you want to keep in mind too is don't put it in a sealed cooler when you pick it up. So dry ice actually off gases. It doesn't really melt. It turns into CO2. And so we just tucked the little like tabs for our Yeti like inside like this, and then closed the lid when it was in the back of the car. Because if the container is sealed, it can pressurize and it can break whatever cooler you're using, which is why you often see people use those styrofoam coolers because they're not sealed, and so it can ventilate out. You also want to use it in a well-ventilated area, so that's why we have the garage door open because of the CO2. So yeah, I'm gonna get this broken up. We'll throw it in the car. Let's see what happens. All right, let's just test it. I mean, it's working, but I think a little longer. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is the way. So we got most of the driver's side area done. There's like a couple little spots where there's like excessive glue underneath, but for the most part we got it. Still haven't touched the back seat area. Now we resorted to leaving the blocks intact and just laying them on there, seeing if that will cool it down a little faster. One thing people don't tell you is how long this actually takes to cool it down, and then how much elbow grease is actually involved with getting it all chipped out. It's definitely not a quick thing. Holy crap, look at this. Okay, I wonder if we can get like...
Hell yeah.
I think leaving the blocks intact, you have to like let it sit on there longer, but it seems like it gets bigger pieces. I'm letting these sit up here for like the trans tunnel. I think this is a good move because I guess these blocks, they're supposed to last like 24 hours, right? Isn't that what it said?
Mm-hmm. At least.
At least 24 hours, okay. So I'm glad we got 3 though. Yeah, some of this just doesn't want to come up. Sounds cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fire crackling or something. Smash. Pretty crazy looking. Let's see how big of a piece we can pull out. Oh, it cracked right there. Oh, look at that. That's so sick. So I'm definitely glad that we decided to do this, because a lot of this sound deadening, like, that's all it is. It's so thin and it's just super old and crusty. I don't even know that it's really doing its job anymore. Some of it's a little better, like the stuff in the cabin, still like a little bit thicker, still a little bit more like flexible, but also I just think like, we found some like small little like surface rust spots back here that I wouldn't have seen. So I'm glad that we can like wire wheel that down and seal it back up. And I just think they make way better sound deadening products these days. It's gonna make this car way more enjoyable to drive. There's gonna be way less road noise. So really happy that we took the time and spent the little amount of money that it costs to get this old sound deadening up. All right guys, so we just got finished up. We cleaned everything up. This is what it's looking like. Still some like adhesive in some spots that we'll need to grind off. But for the most part, looks pretty damn good. Really glad to have that old crusty stuff out of here too. It was definitely not in the best shape. These plugs just came out with the sound deadening. They just look like this. So we'll just have to use some seam sealer and glue those back in. It's really no big deal. I'll get all this stuff off of them first. We'll clean them up. For some of them, the sound deadening actually came up pretty clean and they were able to stay put. So that was nice. Everything in the trunk area and our little rusted out toilet bowl here came out without really much trouble at all. The sound deadening back here came out in some pretty big chunks, so that was really nice. Sort of funny, so there was sound deadening on this side and they forgot to put anything on that side. I don't know what that's about. Maybe they ran out at the factory. We did find some sneaky little surface rust spots like this here underneath it that we couldn't see. Now we can actually get a much closer look at the whole floor pan and just make sure that we're taking care of any little spots like that that might be hiding that we couldn't see. But I think our chassis is still in really good shape, guys. I'm pretty happy with it overall. And that whole process really wasn't too bad. It took us about 2 hours of work. And I do think it's worth it on these older cars. You saw how crusty that sound deadening was. And like I said, there's stuff hiding underneath it that we wanna make sure we take care of. So I definitely think it was worth our time and the minimal investment that it required. Just a few tips based off of what we learned doing this. The longer you let the dry ice sit, the easier it breaks apart. You know, obviously the colder it gets, the easier it's gonna be to break it apart. Also, it takes a little bit longer than you would assume. All the videos I saw was like people putting the dry ice on it, and then the next shot, they're just smashing it with a hammer and it's just out, and then the next shot it's done. Relatively easy. It does take some elbow grease, but it's not that bad. But it does take a little bit of your time, and it's not like a quick like 5-minute ordeal. And the other recommendation I would give is not to just smash that thing as hard as you can with a hammer. You're gonna dent the crap out of your floor pan. And as you can see, I got a little bit careless and a little too aggressive, and it started leaving some dents. So I would just go slow and take your time. There's really no need to do that. You can just like gently chip at it. The videos that I've seen, people were freaking smashing down on their floor pan, and I don't understand how they were doing that without denting the crap out of it. If you're starting to feel like you need to hit it harder than you want to, I would just back off, let the dry ice sit on there a little bit longer, come back, try it again, and then you'll probably have better success. So, but that's all I got time for on this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like this content and you want to follow this build. And until next time, peace, everybody.